The 2024 race season is right around the corner, and the Super DIRTcar Series has now released their schedule. Mike Warren, the voice of the Super DIRTcar Series, joins me here in the Dirt Vision set. A stout schedule that you guys have put together, some new racetracks, of course, the key marker events like Super DIRTcar Series, but like many of our series, it all starts unofficially, though, for the Super DIRTcar Series down at Volusia for DIRTcar Nationals. Those non-points races, but nonetheless a great tune-up for those guys in the season.
It is 4 straight nights of action to really finish off Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals at Volusia Speedway Park. Going to be a lot of fun to get going. Of course, Matt Williamson picked up the big gator last year, but a lot of big names, guys like Rick Laubach coming down from New Jersey. It's a pretty good variety of cars that we see to go along with the World of Outlaws late models for those last few nights.
And of course, a lot of those guys based up in the Northeast. It's still snowing, so a great opportunity for them to come down, get those programs started, and hey, maybe enjoy a little bit of sunshine while they're down there in Florida before they head back up north. But almost a full month, the end of March, when you guys are expected to officially kick off your 2024 campaign, and a new racetrack on the schedule for you guys.
We are going to New Egypt on March 30th, and I'm excited for this one. The first time we've been there since 2014, and coincidentally, I was there for that race, so it was my only trip there, so I'm excited to get back. And well, it's a track our 10-time and defending series champion has won it pretty well. He's got 3 series wins there already, so he knows how to get it done there, but it's going to be pretty cool to go back to this place. It's a 7/16 of a mile track, something you don't see very often, D-shaped. It's going to be a little bit different from what we're used to seeing in New York.
And of course, $7,500 to win. That season expected to kick off March 30th, like he'd mentioned, at New Egypt for the Power in the Pines. So then we make our way, through Can-Am, Weed Sports. Thunder Mountain, though, one now that we're expected to see in mid-May. Once again, a new racetrack for us.
That's right. This year we're going to go to Thunder Mountain on Memorial Day. The past few years we've gone to Lebanon Valley on Memorial Day. We're only going there once in 2024, but we're heading to Thunder Mountain. Darren Smith, the defending track champion there, kind of a home game for him in Center Lisle, so it's kind of halfway in between Binghamton and Syracuse, maybe a little closer to Binghamton, but pretty cool track we're heading to for the first time. I'm excited to get to a new one.
And then some big paychecks expected that first week of June as well, as you guys head to Big Diamond Speedway and then Selinsgrove, a place, we saw on the late model schedule for quite some time, but now the big blocks are able to go there. $10,000 to win, though, for both of those races.
It's going to be a pretty cool Pennsylvania swing. 2 nights. Big Diamond we were at a year ago. Pretty good race where Anthony Parego picked up the win, but now we go to Selinsgrove, which hasn't seen too many modified races. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the summer. It's going to be a nice 2-night swing, and that's the first 2 of the 9 Super Dirt Week qualifiers that we have, where the winner will lock themselves into the Billy Whitaker Cars 200.
And some big news that we saw, of course, last year on the Super DIRTcar Series schedule was the return to north of the border as the series got the chance to go back up to Canada. It has been reinstated. They're heading back there in 2024 with some big paychecks, as well as the 2 days at Autodrome and, of course, Brockville back on the schedule.
Awesome to get back to Drummond now. It's going to be a little bit earlier than last year, about a week earlier. Of course, we did the end of July, start of August for that swing. This year it's going to be up a week, July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We'll have the 2 nights at Autodrome Drummond, the second night being the King of the North finale, which will also lock a spot into the Billy Whitaker Cars 200. Mike Mahaney and Eric Rudolph getting the wins there. And then we'll head to Brockville, a bull ring in Ontario. Going to be a lot of fun. Our only Ontario stop of 2024 that we're expecting. And the Canadian Classic was a good race last year with Tim Fuller picking up the win. It's an awesome 3 nights north of the border. Can't wait to see the fans up there again.
Now let's skip forward to August, mid-August for that Summerfast. I know an event that a lot of teams, fans look forward to in the middle of August. Brewerton, Land of Legends, Fulton, again, the paychecks. And for some would say kind of starting the tune-up, getting ready to look forward to Super DIRTcar or Super Dirt Week, but Summerfast in that mid-August heat.
Now, Hannah, you've seen a lot of racing. How often do you see a mini-series halfway through a season?
Right.
It never happens. So we have 3 races kicking things off at Brewerton, but here's where the twist is going to come in 2024. We're going to go to Land of Legends Raceway on the second night, so kind of change things up from a 3/8 mile, the D-shaped Dirt Demon, going to Land of Legends with a half mile. Then we'll come back to Fulton on the final night, back to short track racing, and it's going to be pretty cool to see who's going to come up with that. Matt Shepard, of course, the 2-time Summerfast champion. We'll see if anybody can beat him this time in the third go-around.
And now I've had the opportunity to cover some Super DIRTcar Series races throughout my tenure here at Dirt Vision, and one of those that I did get the chance to go to was the Mr. Dirt Track USA at Lebanon Valley. That racetrack, of course, comes with its own challenges. That's scheduled for August 31st this season, $15,500 to win, $1,000 to start, so a great purse just to even make that race. And man, that race itself is just survival. It's a great race.
100 laps around a half mile, Lebanon Valley. It's a lot of wear and tear. It's a long distance race to the form. That's really the best way to say it. You got to keep your car, maintain it for 100 laps. And the real question is, can anybody beat Andy Bicchetti in that race? He's won that race 3 times in a row. Shepard's been close, but can anybody get it done this year? That's what's going to be the key.
Yeah, weather permitting, of course, through the month of September. You're going to see racetracks like Weed Sport, of course, the Multi-Massive Weekend at Albany, Saratoga, the Rumble in the Hills as they head to Atomic for the 2-day show. Always good to have Super Dirt Car Series back in Chillicothe.
We have still not been to Atomic yet. I am looking forward to this one. You and I have been there multiple times, and actually, I believe it was the same weekend we were there last year with the late models. The weather was awesome, so we're looking forward to this one, and I think Big Blocks on that 3/8 miles track, you've seen how high banked it is. It's going to be a show you don't want to miss, no question about it.
Back-to-back nights, September 27th and 28th, $10,000 to win, and then $12,000 to win, and that sets the stage for one of the biggest weeks in racing across the grand scheme of things, Super Dirt Week at Oswego.
I can't wait for this one. Super Dirt Week 52, of course, it was mentioned at the banquet a couple of weeks ago. We're shifting the schedule a little bit in 2024. The Billy Whitaker Cars 200 will now be run under the lights on Saturday night, October 12th. So everything's just going to shift back a day. It's going to be a lot of fun, short track racing, 200 laps, doesn't get any better than that.
Big race under the lights, and of course the camping, the atmosphere. That week in a whole is one of those things that you put up there with other key marker races. If you haven't been there, whether if you're a fan of any form of racing, Super Dirt Week is one that you definitely need to get out to, experience, camp, take the full thing, and then, well, that sets the stage. We talk about it. All roads lead to Charlotte. And of course, capping off your season for all those nights of racing here at World Finals at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. 3
nights of racing at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, a different type of surface than we see all year. Yes, there's some red clay in Pennsylvania, but the red clay here in Charlotte's a completely different animal. So it really gets to test the limits of these cars for the final 3 races of the season, and we will crown our 2024 champion on Saturday night, November 9th.
Crazy to think that we just crowned champions, and all of a sudden the 2024 season is upon us, just around the corner as we get ready to head to Volusia for Dirt Car Nationals. Of course, Super Dirt Car Series expected to hit the racetrack February 14th through the 17th as they kick off their 2024 season for the Super Dirt Car Series.